Art isn't imitating reality, and the music industry traded in truth for vibes. So I was scrolling down the timeline, and you know, the world's going through a lot right now. It's not just America. The world is in civil unrest. The world is going crazy right now. And I was thinking to myself, like, it would be a perfect time for us to get a song like We Are the World. It would be a perfect time for us to get a song like Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. But it seems as though the industry keeps trying to force vibes on people. You know, Lizzo went viral this last week for her thoughts on the music industry and not being able to serve the masses.
The music industry is in complete shambles right now. Now that we are in the digital streaming age, there is no control over the algorithm. Every major artist from Lady Gaga to Drake has dropped albums this year, and yet everyone is saying there's no song of the summer. It's not because the music isn't incredible. It's because the way that the algorithm is set up, no one can serve the masses anymore.
It's not because they can't serve the masses. It's because the artists are not at the wavelength that the masses is on right now. You know what that mass wavelength is right now? Revolution.
When music reflects what's actually going on in reality, it just hit different. I think that's the reason why people love Not Like Us. When you look at Kendrick Lamar's discography, songs like We Gonna Be Alright, it just hits different because it's been a lot of shit going on in the last like 25 years. I don't know. Ever since we hit the 2000s, man, it's just been one thing after another, after another, after another. It's like you can't get no breathing room. And so what's going on in reality, the vibes is done. The vibes are cooked. People can't afford groceries. Groceries are super expensive. People are becoming forever renters. Cost of housing is crazy. I honestly think that I'm never going to be able to afford a house. To get you a car is super expensive. Ain't no more, let me get a little $1,000, beat up car, a little woo. Ain't none of that. That ain't happening. The healthcare system is expensive. Everything is expensive right now, and people are feeling the crunch. People are feeling burnt out. The job market is crazy. People are going to school and realizing that their degree ain't really worth nothing. It's a crazy time in reality, but yet the music industry keeps trying to give us vibes.
Real people want real music. The jig is up.
Art needs to reflect reality. And so I'm looking at everything that's happening. I'm just like, dang, like we really have nobody trying to speak truth to power. And I get it, because a large part of my dig with Joey Badass in his album, I was on the spaces on Twitter. He made his name mean something. He spoke truth to power with All American Badass.
Donald Trump is not equipped to take this country over.
Who would take a stand in me? I hero.
What the government is doing amongst our people is downright evil.
He spoke truth to power in all his music and his interviews, and it's now like he lost it. It's like he's been defeated, and now we're watching somebody just trying to get the party lit, and it's like the party ain't lit. Now I get it. There is a side of me that's like, yo, we can't be all doom and gloom forever. We need to have, good news. Everybody needs some good news right now, but it's just not happening. And that is kind of messing with people's head, because, yeah, we're trying to run away from our issues, but you can't. There ain't nowhere to run. If we look at this past week with the Charlie Kirk situation, people are getting doxxed for their personal opinions. People are getting fired from their jobs because the current administration is freedom of speech for me and not freedom of speech for thee, right? They're hypocrites, right? The hypocrisy that we're seeing on a day-to-day, there ain't nowhere to run. We look to these outlets to give us some type of relief, some type of like, I'm not crazy, and it's just not there. The reason why Not Like Us was extremely popular, because it kind of sounded like a revolution song. It kind of sounded like it has some oomph to it. As a content creator, I know that I am losing a lot of, I wouldn't say I'm losing a lot, but I know that brand deals and different things are not going to come to me until it's absolutely, undeniable that I am where I'm at. But I'm making a sacrifice. Sometimes I don't want to come on here and just talk about anything. I like to speak with a purpose. I like to move with a purpose. My hat, my shirt, the things that are in my background, everything has a purpose. And I know that I'm losing out on money by not just doing the lip service stuff, right? Just doing the academic style content where I could just bash people all day. Even with my Drake videos, I try to make it funny and I try to make it have like a lesson. One of my favorite TV shows was Hey Arnold. I love Hey Arnold because there was always a lesson in every show. There was comedy, there was funny, but it was a lesson. I feel as though right now, the music industry, more specifically hip hop, is not the same because of Drake. It's the vibes in the universe ain't it. And hip hop is a grassroots type of thing. And it always spoke truth to power. Some of the biggest songs in hip hop, look at any artist's category. Some of their biggest songs were very socially conscious. If it wasn't socially conscious, like as far as like fight the power, it's a hard not life for us. That if you hear what that song is about, it's about talking about what's going on in our community. Gangster rap and trap music ain't reflecting that no more. It's too much violence. It's too much negativity. It's too much spinning and drilling and killing. It has no substance to it. That's the reason why I'm a Young Jeezy T.I. type person. If I'm going to Atlanta, I'm gonna go Young Jeezy T.I. I'm not gonna go Future. There's no purpose. There's no message in Future's music. T.I., Young Jeezy, there's a purpose. There's a message. Yeah, they talking about the trap, but they also, if you listen very closely, they talking about getting out of the trap. They talking about going legit. They talking about the ills of what's like the trauma that the trap leads to. It's not just all glorifying and no message. That's why Outkast and Goody Mob are some of the best when it comes to Atlanta. That's what I didn't like about the Joey Badass album. He turned his name into a brand that should have meant something. He spoke truth to power.
Start a civil war within the USA amongst black and white and those alike. They are simply pushing us to our limit.
But in Lonely at the Top, he just tried to give us vibe. The vibes are dead, bro. We need the truth, and I get it. I like revolution music. I like for our artists to speak on something deeper than the surface. That's why one of my favorite female rap songs is "Love Is Blind." It's speaking on domestic violence. I grew up with domestic violence in my home, so I like that Eve spoke up on that. That's for me. I like socially conscious music, and so I was on the Spaces right after the Joey Badass album, right after I did my live, and I was listening to it more, and I was just like, yo, it's just nothing here for me to pull from. It's like Joey quit, and so a person on the live, I forgot their name. They were saying how artists get tired of trying to save the world, right? We expect them, that they're rappers, they're not activists, and I get that. I totally get that, and there's a fine line of being balanced, right? We need party music, we need to be happy, we need good news, but right now, there's no escape from this current administration. There's no escape. So we need an artist to speak up on the truth. There's reports out there that say young people are drinking less. There's reports out there that says young people aren't going out, right? The world is changing. That's why streamers are so popular, because people, the meme is you go outside, you got to spend $100. People ain't got it right now. I am actively sacrificing going on trips, going on vacation, because I can't work for this system right now. This system, it don't care about you. Everybody wants everything and give you nothing. Right now, the treat is you get more hours. I don't want more hours. I want to be able to work a 32 to 40 hour work week and get paid what I need for my family. I don't want to be living here all day. I pay enough in rent to where I want to enjoy my house. So I'm actively making that sacrifice. And I don't think artists are actively making that sacrifice. I think everybody is low key selling out and expecting us to buy in. And it's like, I can't support Phil. You hear the same sounding songs on the radio all the time. We need some truth. The fact that hip hop and country are doing something, we need a song. It's all in my head and I think about it over and over again. That had some type of consciousness to it. Nowadays it's just party, drinks, and bullshit. And that's not reality. People are realizing that the drinking and smoke, that's not going to help. So when you get music that's like, yeah, let's just party, let's just forget about our problems, and it's like, yo, I can't, like, there's nowhere to escape. It's everywhere. And so, for me right now, that's the biggest thing, is that hip hop is traded in its truth for the vibe. And now that came with Drake. That's the reason why it's important for Drake. His dominance had to die down, because there's truth. That's why the party had to die. I tried to go out my way not to mention Kendrick, but if you listen to some of Kendrick's biggest songs, we gon' be all right. It's socially conscious music. Be humble, sit down, be humble. If you listen to his music, it's always a social conscious element to it. And that's why it's so important. And that's why it has taken over the world. It took a little bit of time, but the filth and the constant BS music that's out there ain't working no more. It's a new day. You're seeing a lot going on in the world, and art isn't reflecting that. People aren't speaking truth to power, because that's not where the bag is at. And I know it's going to take me a while to get where I'm going, because that's my whole thing. That's what Read My Soul is about. I try to come up here and make videos where they're fun and make different, but yo, it's serious right now. The world is very serious right now. There's a lot going on, and we aren't paying attention to it, bro, I don't know what's gonna come. If you look at what they're doing over in Gaza, that all of that stuff is coming here. Everything that they're doing, the urban warfare, the tactics that they're using over there, that's gonna come to us. That's gonna come to poor black and brown people all over the world. It's a lot to talk about. What's going on in the Congo? Shout out to Vic Mensa. I love Vic Mensa in his short videos where he talks about these different things and how Africa and how 14 African countries got rid of France. It's a lot going on right now. In America, it's just, oh, football now, football. And everybody just wants to ignore the issues. We need a what's going on. We need a We Are the World type song. Hip hop is in a perfect position right now to get all these artists together, get multiple artists together, do something bigger than just booty club music. And that's why the legends are who they are. As much as we like to talk about Kanye, a lot of his music, the college dropout, spaceships. I've been working this grave shift and I ain't made shit. I wish I could buy me a spaceship and fly. The reason why people can't get rid of Kanye. That's the reason why no matter what this dude put out, we always go back to the old Kanye. We miss the old Kanye. This Ye character, I don't know who it is, but the old Kanye, the life of Pablo, you know, if you listen to some of that, Beautiful Morning, Chance the Rapper Starline is super important right now. Shout out to Chance. Taking a risk at a time where people are getting doxxed. People are being targeted by this administration for speaking their truth. And Chance gave us the perfect album. And that's why Starline is my album of the year. I love what the Clips did. And it's a reason why they performed that song, Birds Don't Sing, in the Vatican. And if you go back and you look at my written post, if you go look at my written, when I say it could be a gospel album, isn't it a coinky dink that they performed a very gospel sounding song at the Vatican? People want real music. We need that slave music that they say in Doechii and Kendrick be doing. We need the scaring the hoes music right now. Because even the hoes, I can't call them hoes, but even the ladies are starting to realize, hold on, wait. Do you value me or do you value my body? Am I a bitch?
Bitch, you look good today. Bitch, you did that. Yes, ma'am. As black women.
Bitch! I love that video. I saw that video the other day. But yo, it's something going on right now. And nobody's speaking up on it. Nobody's talking about it. And that's the reason why the music industry is failing. Because it traded in the truth for vibes. And the vibes are very eerie right now. People are concerned about their future. The fear mongering that the media is pushing daily is messing with people. People don't believe in the future. People aren't having kids. They're getting dogs because they don't feel as though this world is right and fit for a kid. The puppet masters are doing exactly what they've been trying to do for years, and it's working. And we need music and art to fight truth. We need the truth in order to fight the power. It's not about saving the world or trying to be an activist. It's about speaking the truth, because what is going on? Right? If you listen to even Mary J. Blige, No More Drama in My Life, that song is better to me than Let's Get It Crunk Up on It On. Don't get me wrong, two dope songs, but No More Drama is a better song, and it hits more because people are going through reality. A majority of people ain't rich, balling. Nah, not right now. People are trying to save their coin. And don't get me wrong, as a person who's actively losing money, I gotta go back to my truck. I have to, especially for this holiday season. We don't respect the people that put truth to power. That's why you die a martyr. That's why we got so many martyrs. We got so many people that died for the movement. We got scared away from the movement. People died, all of them. You can list them out. There's so many people that died fighting the movement. That's because we don't protect people. Yeah, I get why. I get why that person in that space has said that about Joey. They get tired of trying to save the world. I've listened to countless artists speak truth to power, and then in a few years, they've doubled back on their opinion. Why Bush knocked down the towers? Oh, now you act Jadakiss about it? I don't know why I said that. We know why you said that. We know exactly why you said that. That's what's going on. Everybody's selling out for the bag. Another podcast about Rockefeller. They skipping over the 30-year-olds, the 35 to 36-year-olds, and they keep going back to these older dudes giving them platforms. And they ain't talking about nothing. They ain't speaking truth to power. That's why I listen to older music. I listen to West Side Boogie's album, Everything for Sale. I listen to old Kendrick. I listen to old Kanye. And if it's not that, it's R&B, because right now, I'm not seeing nobody talk about what's going on. It's so good right now. It's so many bars that you can use this week. Shout out to YG. Fuck Donald Trump. What happened to that? Everybody just start selling out for the bag. Look at what some of our OGs have done. Look at what the Snoops of the world have done and how they've kind of pony up to the system. Art isn't imitating reality right now. Art isn't reflective of what the real reality is. The music industry, all industries are in shambles because they're focused on money more so than they're focused on giving a good product. And right now, a good product in music is speaking truth to power. Only time you see people speaking truth to power is when they on award shows winning awards. We need that in the music. Shout out to Macklemore. You notice that the people that are actually speaking out, they get faded to the back of the algorithm. Let me know how you feel about this. Am I crazy? Do I expect too much out of artists? Are rappers just rappers? Are musical artists just musical artists and they're not activists? Am I tripping? Y'all let me know in the comment section. The conversation continues with you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. Donate to this Cash App. Anything is appreciated. Join to be a member. Link is in the description. Remember, I'm not here to be right. I'm just here to be me. If you're looking for the right opinion, I don't know what to tell you, but you just got my opinion. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. Read my soul out. Peace.